Hi, I'm Pernelle, and I'm doing a report in the Philippines for EDM, or Children of the Mekong. It's an organization that sponsors children from several countries in Asia to be able to go to school. So here in Cebu, which is one of the biggest cities in the Philippines, there are a lot of young people and children who are sponsored by EDM. And this week, I'm going to follow the volunteers who are going to visit them. So I'm going to travel all around Cebu, and I'm taking you with me. The first day, I saw the impressive contrast of big Philippine cities. We went to the Inayawan district, which is actually a dump on which a slum has settled. And in the middle of the mountains of waste, the EDM volunteers came to visit the children of a nursery financed by the organization. We were welcomed by a dozen children. They were adorable, and in the middle of a slum like that, it's so surprising. We spent time with them, they painted, they sang us a song, we went outside to play. It was a moment out of time. School is expensive in the Philippines. Children have to be able to go there, buy their equipments, buy their uniforms, and not all families can afford those expenses. The Children of the Mekong sponsors are people like you and me who support and encourage from richer countries a child chosen by the organization. And it allows families to cover all school fees. With Oriane, an EDM volunteer, we went a little further from Cebu in the mountains to find Elisa, who is a 10-year-old girl and she's sponsored. Oriane came to give her the letter from her sponsor, Charlotte, and that was a particularly moving moment. These children are very proud to be sponsored. They make a lot of effort at school to have good results. The conditions are not always easy. Elisa gets up very early in the morning to be able to go to school, and she works really hard. She lives in a very small house with her parents and her sister, and they are so supported by their sponsor through the letters they receive. EDM volunteers spend their time visiting sponsored children and their families. They are also always looking for new children to sponsor, and there are plenty of them. For that, they are ready to spend the whole day in a slum or drive 3, 4, 5 hours to meet them. And that's how I found myself on an adventure I will never forget. So here we are in Bohol. Bohol is an island located in front of Cebu. We took the boat this morning for a 2-hour crossing, and here with the team we do a whole tour of the island to meet with program managers, future sponsored children too. It's quite nice. So Bohol, it has nothing to do with Cebu. It's rural, it's a lot less dense. It's so nice to see that the volunteers go looking for children even in the most remote places. The next day, we got up very early to take the bangka, which is a small traditional Filipino boat made of bamboo and wood and with 2 engines. And we made about 1 hour of crossing to reach the very small islands of Cataban and GuindacPan. And we really didn't expect to be greeted that way. I was really struck by the atmosphere of these tiny islands with so many people milling around. And what impressed me the most is that even far from the cities, lost in the middle of the sea, in these places often ravaged by typhoons, families do everything to ensure that their children go to school and study. Back in Cebu, we went into a center where sponsored students live. The sponsored children of EDM are not left to their own devices when they grow up. The sponsors can continue to support them until the end of their studies. It's great to see them grow up together. These young people are gifted, they're confident, they created a real family. In a short time, they will be architects, engineers, business leaders. They will be the ones who will develop their country, and they will be keen to fight against the poverty they know so well. We attended a dance performance in which they staged their history, often marked by drugs and violence. By doing this show of an incredible quality, they really wanted to show how grateful they are for what EDM has done for them. I only spent 1 week in the Philippines with children of the Mekong, but I realized how much we can do by giving just a few euros per month to allow a child to go to school. The former sponsored children we have met have told me that without the sponsorship, they would never have been able to fulfill their dreams. Those who work at EDM often say, one more sponsored child is one less on the street. And I saw that it was real. It's worth asking the question, isn't there a child waiting for me to take action? I hope you enjoyed this little report. I don't really know how to conclude, but just in case, here's a link.